might have known I would see you here.
Where else would I be tonight? Hmm?
Why did they tear down the bridge?
Because the city said it was a hazard.
I don't know if Stone ever told you this, but right after he'd gone public about having AIDS, he was helping Lucky with a project. I believe it was a go-kart. And he cut himself while they were working on it. And at the time, he was really afraid of his own blood, afraid of infecting anyone else. And Laura came out with a first aid kit and bandaged his finger. Treated him like anyone else, you know, like it was not a big deal. He told me afterward how much that meant to him. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. It doesn't matter. I mean, Stone's gone, and in a way, Laura is too.
I get that you're desperate, and you need a way out of this mess, and that's why you're trying to turn me against Rick.
Hey, I'm not making this up, Lucky. With you out of the way, Rick has a clear shot at Elizabeth.
This is crazy.
Really? Is it crazy to think that Rick could possibly want Elizabeth? Lucky, your marriage is in shambles. Everybody knows about you and Maxie.
You know what? That is none of your business.
Okay. All right, maybe it isn't. But you know what? Maybe you weren't the only one who was disloyal.
What do you think?
I think he has a bullet wound that's barely had time to heal. And if it reopens, which I can pretty much guarantee it will, your only option is to go to the hospital.
We need to find Spinelli before he moves again.
You know, it doesn't have to be you who rescues Sam.
Yes, it does.
Good work. If you hadn't gotten to Spinelli before Morgan, there would have been problems.
Spinelli was with a girl.
Did you bring her here?
We had to.
Well, that's unfortunate. But we got Spinelli, and that's what counts, so I guess we'll have to find a way to make the girl permanently irrelevant. Let's go.
On your feet.
You are the one who had us grabbed?
Where Robin go?
No idea.
She didn't come down here after surgery?
Dr. Scorpio marched in about an hour ago and announced that she was taking the rest of the night off, which doesn't answer your original question because I still don't know where she went. So what'd you do to her?
This time I'm innocent. There was an incident in the OR.
The Whitney procedure. Dr. Scorpio's been treating that man since she landed in town.
She's kept him going. Tonight was supposed to be his turning point, but he arrested on the table.
Is he okay?
He's in ICU. He's critical but stable. We managed to pull him through, but the minute we were going to close up, Robin took off. I'm sure she's fine.
No, you're not. You're not sure about anything when it comes to Dr. Scorpio.
We're both here for the same reason. To remember the anniversary of Stone's death.
How do you know I'm not here mourning Jason?
Are you?
Well, I haven't found his body yet.
Let's just say that, you know, there's always reason to believe.
Okay. Well, the fact that you're here and not making funeral arrangements is reason enough for me to believe. Do you remember when we bungee jumped?
Yeah, that was one of the things Stone wanted to do before he died. Why did he want to do that?
I don't know.
It's like, I don't know.
I remember it was really warm that night. Stone got up on the ledge and he was so scared. I was too. But I don't know, I just figured it's the worst that can happen. He got up there and he screamed really, really loud before he jumped off. He was just so, you know, alive in that moment. And then a blink of an eye, it was December and it was cold. You and I were still here, and Stone, he was nothing but ashes.
And we picked this spot to remember the joy. And let me tell you something, okay? You gave him the best summer of his life.
He told me I'd become a doctor.
Yeah.
He knew.
Right?
He said that I would find a cure for AIDS. Or at least I would make people's lives better. I don't know, I'm just not doing a good job of that. You could ask Laura Spencer. You know, she could talk.
I doubt Rick and Alexis stand a chance, so rather than own what he did, he's turned his attention to Elizabeth, and she's just vulnerable enough to be manipulated, especially if you go back on drugs.
I am not going back on drugs. The thing you seem to forget is that Elizabeth and I are having a baby, and that is all the reason I need to get sober. For Elizabeth to give me a second chance.
Hey, nobody wants you and Elizabeth back together more than I do, but don't kid yourself. Rick has positioned himself so he can undermine you and be Elizabeth's only choice.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Just kind of.
Could you help me?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that. Is it okay?
Thank you.
Alexis. There's no way in hell that you can defend Sam.
I kind of hoped that I would be dealing with Sonny's men. No offense.
Don't worry. I'm already working on a plan B.
You're not going to be working on anything while you're in here.
Don't underestimate me. If you don't let us go, disaster will strike.
Is that so?
Seriously, dude, I'm talking major shock and awe. See, I've looped all your computer systems with trapdoors. I've seeded all your hard drives with wormholes. And if I don't access them every 108 minutes and enter in the code numbers, whole operation goes nuclear.
I don't think this is the time to be making bets.
No, I'm planning a counterattack. See, Darth Alcazar sent his stormtroopers to blast my butt to Tatooine. He had me chased all over the warehouse district with guns.
No, I think there's been a mistake here. Didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. Certainly didn't mean for you to be involved, Logan.
Well, it hasn't been any fun for me either. But no harm, no foul. So, you know, we'll just be getting out of your way.
And that's not possible.
Is it your fault Laura's treatment didn't work?
Dr. Legrassi made it very clear from the beginning that the treatment would only work for a little while.
Okay.
I was the one that wanted to believe it would work indefinitely, because if a miracle could happen for Laura, then...
Okay, your situation is nothing like Laura's.
Exactly. It was wrong of me to project my fears about my own situation onto Laura's life.
Okay.
I always accused Patrick of being unprofessional, and...
You and Patrick, having problems, or what's going on?
no more than anyone else. He told me that he loves me.
Yeah? That's a good thing, right?
There are just some things that I'll never be able to explain to Patrick. Things about Stone, things about me, things that I don't even understand myself.
Well, sometimes you don't have to explain, everything to the people you love. You just got to take a leap of faith.
Yes, but that leap involves trust, and trust involves honesty. It's wrong to imply hope where there is none. That's exactly what I did to Laura's family when I didn't tell them that her recovery was temporary. I just need to take responsibility for my own actions. Otherwise, I'm failing myself, my patients, and the man who loves me.
This is Mr. Whitney's update. Check on him within the hour and page him with his progress.
And if Dr. Scorpio checks in, should I have her call you?
No. Actually, yes. She's had some disappointments lately that hit her hard.
She should know better than to get personally involved. It's hard on the doctor and hell on the people that care about them.
You want to be the one to break that to Robin?
I have actual work to do around here. Elizabeth decided to celebrate her husband's first day back as a cop by leaving her own job early, so I'm short-handed this shift.
Lucky is really back at work already?
It's not polite to eavesdrop. Take these to accounting. And on your way down there, say a little prayer of thanks that your daddy's a police chief, which means that you get away with way more than you should, little girl.
I'm afraid the only way that you're going to avoid facing me in court is by dropping the charges against Sam.
Sam killed Diego Alcazar.
It was self-defense.
Alexis, all you have is Sam's word that Diego shot first. She's facing charges of manslaughter at the very least, and I can push for a strong case for murder.
You're bluffing.
Alexis, she's facing a laundry list of charges. Evidence theft, assault with intent on an officer of the court, resisting arrest. If we didn't have our differences between the two of us, I could not let her off the hook. And neither with you, if you were in my position.
Sam's appalling personal behavior did not give you the right to frame her. What she did was disgusting. It wasn't illegal. Your case is going to fall apart, Rick. It is, and the only charges that are going to be filed are against you.
You don't have any evidence against me?
If I were you, I would put a lawyer on retainer just in case. Unfortunately, I'm booked.
The way to fix your big mistake is to let us go.
It's a little more complicated than you realize. Mr. Spinelli has been doing some delicate work for me, and there are certain elements that have to be put in place so that I can safeguard myself and my business before I let him or you walk away.
Okay, one thing, that self-destruct scenario, it's bogus. I made it up.
Unfortunately, contingencies have to be addressed. That would be a good time for you to keep your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Color me quiet as a mouse. Oh.
I'm sorry you got caught up in this. Just sit tight, stay calm, and I'll try to find a way out for you.
Oh, that would be good.
I wasn't supervising my men closely enough. I got distracted.
I'm sorry. I am sorry about your son. Diego and I had a lot in common. Sometimes he was the only friend I had.
Well, I'm glad Diego had a friend like you.
Think this means anything? Barbecue chips, orange soda? Might as well put up a neon sign. At least it means we're close.
Time out. Hey, I give. Take it off.
Where's Spinelli?
Oh, man, you don't get gun for... Answer the question. I just thought you dudes were with the guys that took him.
Describe him.
Oh, man, you know, guys with suits, they all look the same. There's two of them. They threw him in the car and they just took off.
Alcazar's men.
All right, I mentioned a chick. Oh,
blonde cutie, you know. They took her too.
Wish. Doesn't matter. Okay, look, we gotta find him. If Alcazar kills Spinelli, Sam's last chance dies with him.
Nicholas is avoiding me in the polite way that he does.
Well, maybe Nicholas just needs to grieve, just like all the Spencers. You think you can give him that without feeling like it's your fault?
Well, they wouldn't have to grieve if I hadn't given them false hope to begin
Oh,
with.
no. It was not false. I was at the wedding. Laura looked so happy and beautiful, and her children got to do something they didn't get to do the first time when she slipped away, which was say goodbye and tell her how much they loved her and hear her say it back. You are a doctor. That's the kind of job takes risk. And this was a big one, but you can't say you were better off not trying with Laura.
I don't know, honestly.
Okay, you got your parents back from the dead. You think it was better off if they didn't come back? What if Stone just walked in right now, right? And he said to you, I got one night with you. Would you send him away?
I don't know if he'd even recognize me anymore. I keep thinking about what a disappointment I'd be to him.
Why? Because he was so perfect? No one loved Stone more than I did. You know that, right? And he suffered, and he broke our hearts. But you know what? He was just a kid. He wasn't a saint. He couldn't predict the future. Hell, he was the one who said that I'd end up with Brenda. And look how that turned out, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? You turned out so much better than Stone could ever imagine. And I know that he would be disappointed if he knew that you didn't let yourself be happy.
Something wrong?
Oh, hey, no, I'm just here for the endowments meeting. I only meant for you to drop by if you had the chance, but since you're here, I'm going to...
What is it?
I'm concerned about you and Sonny keeping the peace.
Sonny's too volatile to predict. The shootout that killed Diego is proof of that.
But if you don't make any...
I made you a promise, Sky. I won't move against Sonny as long as he doesn't move against me.
Hey, you mentioned I shouldn't trust Lansing. Can you get specific?
Why? What's up?
Nothing yet, but he made a point of assigning me to Jason Morgan. I need to know why.
Ah, Lucky. I didn't know you were going to be here. Are you back at work already?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, I came by to see Mac, but as long as you're here, we could talk about our baby.
Look, I'm not answering your questions, so from now on, you can just talk to my lawyer.
All right, Alexis. Somebody who's not well enough to really defend anybody.
Well, the idea of beating you in court should make her feel so much
She's not
better.
going to be able to get through her opening statement, Sam. She could barely get through a meeting with me just now without getting dizzy. If Alexis represents you, it could kill her.
Alexis believes she can do it?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you different. Now, if you love your mother as much as you say you do, and you want to see her be able to raise those two little girls, you will tell Alexis that you want a different attorney.
Jason.
I'm fine.
Did you find Spinelli?
No, Alcazar's men grabbed him. He probably hit him someplace till I find out what he knows.
Well, then there's nothing you can do.
Well, we're watching Alcazar's property right now.
Jason, you're bleeding.
Hey.
Hey!
You working?
No.
I am covering for Maxie. She said it was some kind of an emergency, but I highly doubt it. It's probably some stupid lucky drama. What do you need?
Don't want you to get mad.
But
Okay, was Lulu at your study group?
I knew you couldn't drop this.
No, this is serious. Marquez is going on and on about how she got involved and now he's disappeared and she's disappeared.
Dylan, involved in what?
I don't know. I thought that maybe if you had seen her...
Try calling.
It goes straight to voicemail.
Then maybe you need to wait for Lulu to call you.
Georgie.
What?
I get that you're upset. Okay?
Do you?
But this is not a stranger. This is Lulu. This is our Lulu. You don't care if she's in trouble?
Dylan, I care about a lot of things. I care that my friend Diego was shot and killed. And I cared enough about you to stay away from him when you told me to not get involved. Now the tables are turned. Can you do the same with Lulu? Can you stay out of whatever mess she's in?
What are you doing?
Looking for an exit?
Alcazar is not gonna hurt us.
That's a blonde moment.
You don't know him.
Oh, yeah, right. It's all cool because you were tight with his dead son.
Well, partly, but mostly because his girlfriend, Sky, the mother of his baby, happens to care about me.
Now I'm listening.
Sky really, really loved my dad, but, well, they did it for a while, but he was actually married to someone else for part of the time. And, I mean, they didn't love each other, but he was kind of afraid to get in a relationship with Sky.
You're making my head hurt.
All right, if Alcazar messes with me and Sky finds out about it, she's gonna drop him like a bad habit. He will not have access to his baby girl. He is not gonna risk it, so I'm not gonna worry.
Yeah, wake up, blonde one. This isn't about love or babies or the Easter Bunny. Alcazar is a twisted homicidal gangster. Now, I have information that could bring his empire down. And he doesn't want me to talk to the feds, and he knows I've been squawking to you. So what part of we're dead don't you get?
Mr. Whitney's stable.
Excellent.
And no, Dr. Scorpio hasn't called.
Thank you, Epiphany.
Environmental services, call 3418.
Hey, Robin, it's me. I have news about Mr. Whitney that you'll, think you'll want to hear. So, call me back, all right? Bye.
I just, spoke to Robin.
How is she?
It's hard to tell. I try to get some things out of her, but I'm pretty sure she needs your help.
It's really dark.
You know what? I don't even see the bottom. It's down there somewhere. It's all yours. Come on. Okay, help me up. Wow.
I love you.
I love you, Robin.
I hope he's as happy as he was that night here. After that, he took Luke's advice and made that wish list. You know, he did almost everything on that list. Some of them were so silly, but it made him feel good to be like, yes, I meant to and I did it.
I know which one he felt best about getting.
This one. So I wouldn't forget him. As if.
You know, if I had the proper facility to do the sutures, it wouldn't have torn open like this.
I'm sorry for, putting you through all this trouble.
Well, just be glad you're too old for a timeout.
You mean like what kids get?
Yeah, you know, like when Cameron does something that he's not supposed to, and he does it anyway, and even though he says, I'm sorry, Mommy, he has to suffer the consequences. And in your case, I should call the ambulance and let the police find you. That's the natural consequence for hurting yourself and getting in trouble, isn't it?
Or you could know a really fantastic nurse who takes great care of you. You know what? There's no way I could live up to your standards of discipline. It's probably
Good, I didn't turn out to be the father of your baby.
I don't buy your sudden concern about Alexis. The only thing you're worried about is her defeating you in court.
It's true that Alexis and I are professional adversaries. It's also true that we're getting a divorce, but she is also the mother of my child. I don't want Molly to grow up without her mother. You and I both know what that's like, Sam, okay? Look how we turned out. It's ruined your life. I mean, look how you've hurt Christina and Molly.
Me? You know what, Rick? Go to hell.
Oh, come on. We both ruined this family.
We both what? What do you want? What are you trying to manipulate me into doing for you this time?
You know, if your selfishness leaves those two little girls without their mother, that's on your head, not mine.
That isn't fair.
No, what isn't fair is you showing up to my parents' wedding uninvited.
Lucky, I thought your mom would like to know about her grandchild. I didn't expect to be treated like yesterday's trash. We are having a child together. Why won't you let yourself love it?
I will love it. And I promise I will be a good father to it. Mr. Whitney's out of ICU.
Congratulations.
I get the feeling this is going to be the high point of my evening. Maybe I should just leave while I'm ahead.
You knew from the beginning that the experiment with Laura was a mistake.
It wasn't a mistake.
You know, don't just do me a favor. Don't patronize me.
I'm not. Laura's case went exactly the way Legrassi predicted. You gave Laura time that she would have never had otherwise.
You saw Sonny, didn't you? Yeah, that's why you're here.
I'm here because it's where I thought I should be. Thought you might need me.
There used to be a bridge over the gorge right over there. That's where we scattered Stone's ashes. Today's the anniversary of his death.
Not sure I'm up to competing with a ghost.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, he was your first love. Those seem to look really good in retrospect.
It was really good.
Robin, you're a brilliant doctor. From everything you've told me, Stone was a street kid. So if we're being honest, then tell me, if he hadn't have died, do you really think that you two would still be together? You, the great researcher, and Stone, the what? The roadie for a rock and roll band? Dealing blackjack in Luke's boat?
You know, you never met him. You have no right to speculate on what his life would have been.
I'm not speculating. I know how much you loved him. I would never take that away from you, but I'm just trying to be a realist.
Okay, well, the reality is we will never know what Stone was supposed to be. A plumber or the mayor of Port Charles, because he got cheated out of what should have been his life. And Laura got cheated out of hers. And you and I can stand here and we can feel bad about it. But the reality is, I deceived that family. And I never want to do that again.
What's wrong?
Huh? Well, I was hanging out with a friend of mine tonight, right?
Yeah.
And she'd have a few problems, and it got me thinking how lucky I am to have you and Morgan in my life. Because even when I'm down, right, feeling a little lost, you guys remind me how happy I am that I'm alive.
Excuse me? Max said that you were in here.
Yeah, I'm a little busy with my children. I don't...
Yeah. Well, what I have to say affects your children. And mine.
There's Epiphany. Let's say hello. Hello. Hey. We're here to see Dr. Winters.
I'll let her know you're here.
Would you do me a favor? Could you watch Christina just for a minute?
Sure.
Hey, you. Will you stay here with Epiphany just for a little bit? I'll be right back, okay? Good girl. I know what you're doing. You're gonna petition the court saying that I'm too weak to represent Sam, and you're gonna get my oncologist to back you up. Try all you want, it's not gonna happen.
You know what? You should go see Mac Nets while you're here.
You guys are having a baby. You're gonna have to meet from time to time.
Thanks. You know what? Why are you here?
Sam has been worried about Christina, and Lainey asked me to give her an update.
Well, Sam's in interrogation 1. Can we talk later?
Yeah, I'll try.
You know, if you were really happy with Elizabeth, you never would have turned to me or the pills. And Elizabeth just doesn't have it in her to forgive you. As soon as you realize that, the sooner you will realize what we could have together.
Reggie, I can say that I'm worried about Lulu, and it has nothing to do with my feelings for you.
Yeah, Dylan, I get it. We're here. Now please report Lulu as a missing person so we can go.
If you're
Hi.
looking for Maxie, she's with Mac.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're here to report a missing person. We can't find Lulu, and we ran into one of her professors who made a big deal about her getting involved in something she wasn't supposed to, and now we can't find either of them.
Lulu's been having trouble with dealing with what's happened to her mother, so if she's not around, she's trying to deal with it in her own way.
They think I'm here to update you on Christina. But that's not true? No, I'm here because I need your help.
You used to be so relentlessly optimistic. What happened?
I guess I just got burned out on failure.
For God's sakes, Robin, it's medicine. It's an imperfect science.
You're right. I think I'm going to take a page from your book and become a realist. I'm no longer going to give my patients false hope because, well, it's just not worth it.
How did I manage to fall in love with you right when you're about to go through this crisis of faith?
It's not too late to back out.
I'm not quitting on you. I'm not gonna let you quit on yourself. Not without a fight.
I can assure you, your daughter's case never came up in this conversation. Your husband was simply asking about your health.
Another couple of minutes, he would have produced an affidavit for you to sign.
Is it true you're having dizzy spells?
Nice.
Just worried about you, Alexis.
I know what you're doing. You're going to show that I'm too weak to represent Sam, and then you're going to say that I'm not capable of taking care of Molly.
Okay, I realize that you need to hate me. You will use any excuse to vilify me, but even you cannot deny that you have stage 2 cancer. You are not strong enough to go through weeks of challenging, complex litigation. So you tell me, is it really worth sacrificing your life just to beat me?
Hey, I brought you some takeout.
Thank you.
Any word from Stan?
No, not. Stan, what do you got?
Jason, it's me.
Are you all right?
Hey, I can't talk long. Elizabeth was able to get this phone in, so if the guards, if they come and see me, then I'm gonna get in really bad trouble.
I'm gonna get you out of this.
Just please don't take any crazy risks for me. I can get through this as long as I know you're safe.
I am gonna prove that you're innocent. I love you.
I love you too. Lorenzo is devastated about losing his son. Not that you can blame him. I know you two are very close to waging an all-out war against each other. But Lorenzo has promised me he won't be the one to seek revenge.
I'm sure you're happy to hear that.
Sonny, I'm asking you. Not for me, and
and certainly not for Lorenzo, but for our children, yours and mine. I am begging you to keep the